Hey family, so welcome back to Boricua Sinus Nation. We're going to be talking today about the fight between Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz. We're going to be talking about a man name, maybe you guys don't know who it is, Michael Grant. Um, we're going to be comparing that man with some fighters. Okay, so let's start this family. We'll be right back. Hey families, we're here. I just want to start by saluting my people from Puerto Rico, los Boricuas from the island, the United States, and the whole world. Salute to you, Boricuas. We love you all from here from Puerto Rico. I want to salute my Hispanic people, including the Mexicans. I also salute my people from Chicago, where I was born, in the United States as a whole. The greatest nation in the whole world, family. Okay, so I made a video earlier today talking about I wasn't talking to people. I just made a video about Canelo Alvarez and his excuses. Like always, this Mexicans they're just fighting real old guys. We're not talking about old guys. We're talking about real old. This Ortiz lost today to Andy Ruiz. I'm not taking nothing away from Andy Ruiz. He's a good fighter. Became champion. He beat the hype job Anthony Joshua, who is another guy that we could include same category of Michael Grant is the man that I'm going to be talking about. Even though Anthony Joshua became champion, he was a real protected guy. Okay? Was a guy who was protected, a guy who just got lucky when he beat Klitschko. He showed some heart there, he showed some heart, but he still got nailed by Klitschko who lost really easy against Tyson Fury, who I think is the best heavyweight. The only guy who could beat Tyson Fury is Deontay Wilder. I don't know how Deontay Wilder is going to look now. I think after Deontay Wilder getting hit by Tyson Fury and getting knocked out the way he did the last two fights, we just have to see how it can take a punch, because same thing happened to Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, even though he's old, he lost two fights against Deontay Wilder. He got knocked out real ugly by Deontay Wilder, and that takes away a lot, from the boxer, and more when he's old. I mean, the Luis Ortiz who fought Deontay Wilder would have beat Andy Ruiz real. This is a complete boxer. This is a Cuban boxer who has a great jab, who can move, but he's 43, man. You cannot ask any more from this guy. We cannot ask any more. Andy Ruiz is still a young guy. He's still a guy who, if you let him get inside, he's gonna hit you. He's fast. He's got He's got pretty good punching power. And he's a guy who's gonna get you. He's gonna give you trouble. So if Deontay Wilder is gonna fight Andy Ruiz next, he cannot let this fat boy get inside, because this fat boy is dangerous when he goes inside. Deontay Wilder just gotta control him from the outside and throw the right hand, and just try to keep him just in the outside. In the other hand, Deontay Wilder made some mistakes against Tyson Fury, trying to fight Tyson Fury in a just went too heavy to fight Tyson Fury when even though Tyson Fury was his game plan was to put his all his weight over Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder should have just stay out on his weight. If you're gonna fight the way you feel good, and the way that you have that stamina, that it's gonna take you 12 rounds, and you're gonna just because Deontay Wilder in the second and third fight, he was tired. He got tired real fast, man. He got tired real fast. In the first fight, Deontay Wilder looked pretty good. And that was the fight that I think Deontay Wilder won. He won that fight. But let's get to this. Once again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Andy Ruiz, but he fought a real old Andy Ruiz. We give him some credit, but at the same time, it's like Canelo Alvarez right now. He didn't want to fight Triple G 3 years ago because Triple G was too old, but he's fighting him now when he's older. So what else can we say, man? What else can we say? Let me do something here. I want to show you this picture. I want to show you this picture. This guy's, all of this guys. Okay, so we got this guys right here. 2 Cubans, 2 Puerto Ricans, and 2 Mexicans. Even though of all of these guys, the only real champion has been Jaime Munguia. But I don't think he's been proven. I don't think Jaime Munguia has been proven. Jaime Munguia is a guy who fought a guy who beat a old Joe Poto, a small guy who he beat real easy, because he has always been the bigger guy in almost all of his fights. That's why he needs to go up to the 168-pound division. He's still in the 160-pound division, in the middleweight division. So I think Jaime Munguia just needs to go up in weight. Okay, let's do something here because I want you to see this. Just try to move it. Okay, right here. Okay. So we got right here. We got this your Lourdes Gomez. I think it's this guy's name. We got Jaime Munguia, Ryan Garcia, David Morel, Edgar Berlanga, and Sander Sayas. Okay, so what I want to talk about today, even though from all of these guys, we can say that the two or maybe 3, we could put Ryan Garcia. I don't know. I think Ryan Garcia is in the same spot as even though he's ranked better than Sander Sayas, and he beat in his last fight. He beat a guy, a pretty good opponent, but at the same time, that guy came up in weight. To fight him in a weight class where this guy who is 5'10", just like Sander Sayas, is fighting in the 140-pound division. I think it is in the 140-pound division. Okay, when Sander Sayas is fighting a 5'10" guy who is fighting in the 154-pound division. Okay, just like Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia was fighting in the 154-pound division. He's 6 feet. He's 6 feet tall, and now he's fighting in the middleweight division. And his body is just asking him to move up. These two guys right here, this guy is just, I can compare this other guy to Sander Sayas as well, Gomez, because they're maybe in the same spot, even though Gomez has less fights than Sander Sayas. And I think Edgar Belanga has fought the better opposition, okay, of all of these guys. Maybe I don't know. Jaime Munguia has fought just in his last fights, at least in the 160-pound division. He hasn't fought anybody. You know. So I think Edgar Belanga is the one who has fought the better opposition. He fought 2 fights where he was injured from both arms. Okay, even though David Morel has looked great in his fights, just like Sander Sayas and Gomez and Ryan Garcia, who got knocked down against Luke Campbell. What's the name of the guy? Well, okay, we're gonna go over there and watch that right now. Okay, but from all of these guys, we still don't know because any of these guys have fought the best. Any of them. Okay. Yeah, I could have, and there's some other fighters who I could have fought. Even maybe Berger Ortiz or Jaron Ennis, but those guys are ranked 1, 2 in their divisions, so they're pretty good on rank right now. Of all of these guys, the best rank is Edgar Berlanga, and I think Jaime Munguia is is in a good spot as well. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's take a look at this. Okay, let me just go to Ryan Garcia and check out who he fought in his last and who was the guy who knocked down. Ryan Garcia right here. Ryan Garcia, I think he's gonna be fighting in December against Devontae Davis. Okay, so Rolly Romero says Ryan Garcia should only fight Tank Davis at 140. Ryan Garcia, that was the guy he beat in his last fight. Okay, okay. So let's go over here. So he beat Rolly. No, Javier Fortuna. He beat Javier Fortuna. He went up. This guy is a 135-pound fighter. He went up to fight on Ryan Garcia, who is a much taller guy than him. This guy is only 5'6.5". Okay, pretty good record. He fights in the 135 division. Take a look at that. Take a look at this. All of his fights. All of his fights. This is the fight where he fought in the 139-pound division, almost 140. The only fight, okay? And he got Luke Campbell. You see, this was the guy who knocked him down. He beat this guy by decision. Francisco Fonseca. You see, he hasn't fought. He's ranked number 10. So Edgar Belanga is ranked number 11. He's ranked number 10. Okay, so let's take a look at Josh Taylor. So he's in the 140-pound division. Okay, so right here, he's got the best opponents. Right here, there's nobody. I think this Gary Russell. This guy is good. Russell guys are good. I think there are a couple of brothers. We got Subriel Matias right here, number 13. Is going to be fighting. Subriel Matias is going to be fighting Jeremias Nicolas Ponce, who's number 16 for the IBF. I hope that fight is going to happen. Jose Pedraza is still right here. He drew in his last fight. Okay. against Richard Comey, right? Okay, Arnold Barbosa, this guy is 27 and 0. Jose Cepeda, this guy was the guy who knocked out the Puerto Rican Vargas in the first round. Jack Cateral, guy, I don't know who, Teofimo Lopez, that's a monster. Jose Carlos Ramirez, this was the guy who beat Jose Pedraza by decision. A really close fight. Josh Taylor, who's just dropping all his belts. I think he's going to move up to 147-pound division. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's take a look at who else? Jaime Munguia. Let's take a look at Jaime Munguia. Okay, so Jaime Munguia is ranked number 3. Okay, right here. It's ranked number 3 right here. Jaime Munguia is ranked number 3 in the middleweight. You see, in the middleweight division. The guy doesn't want to go up. The guy doesn't want to go. His last fight he fought in the 100. I'm going to tell you. In the 165-pound division, he didn't make the weight. He couldn't make the 160-pound division, and he's still there. He's still there against this guy. He's ranked 32. This guy is nobody. This guy is nobody. Okay, he fought this guy, Dimitris Ballard, undefeated. Another small guy, I think he is. Oh, this guy is 6 feet tall. This guy is ranked number 44. Okay, so he's right there. He's right there with Deontay Wilder and his opponents. His last, Gabriel Rosado, man. That was a fight that shouldn't have happened. This guy who's Camille. You know, these people know how to pick their fights. 5'9.5". They know how to pick their fights. I'm telling you, these guys are not recognizable, man. Gary Sullivan. I know who this guy is. Okay, so let's go to right here to the other rank. Let's go to the other rank to see where they are. Okay, we're not going to check on Morel because we know about Morel. I have to check Morel a lot of times. Gomez, I know he's just starting. I have to check on Sander Sayas as well. So we just need to check on these two guys. Edgar Belanga, we have to check on him a lot of times as well. Okay, Edgar Belanga is ranked number 4. But this guy shouldn't be fighting in those weight classes. I'm telling you. Edgar Belanga is fighting on his weight class. Okay. Just like Sander Sayas. Sander Sayas could be fighting in the 100, but maybe it was getting hard for him to be making the 147-pound division, and he decided to move up. He's doing great. I hope he keeps on doing it. Cruiserweight. Let's go to the light heavyweight. This is the super middleweight. Okay, so we got Edgar Belanga here, number 4 in the WBO, number 4 in the IBF. In the WBC, he's not ranked. This has not been updated since July 21st. It's been almost 2 months without being updated. This was updated on the 4th of August. Edgar Belanga is ranked number 8 right here. Okay, let's go to the middleweight. This was Jaime Munguia. He's number 4 in the Ring Magazine. His rank. Let's see, number 1 right here in the WBO. His rank. He's not ranked, at least not in the top 10. Not even in the top 15. Jaime Munguia. Okay, in the IBF. In the WBC, his rank. No, he's not. He's not ranked in the WBC either. Juan Macias Montiel. Okay, this is the guy who fought Charlo. And in the WBA, Jaime Munguia is ranked number 2. Okay, so he's only ranked in two of the top four belts. Okay, first sanctioning bodies. I mean, he's ranked in I mean, but this belt, even though they show it right here to be so important, you don't need this belt to become undisputed. You don't need the ring belt, the ring magazine belt to become undisputed. You need this 4 belts right here. Okay, so he's better ranked than Edgar Berlanga in these two sanctioning bodies. In the WBA, he's number 2, and then the WBO, he's ranked number 1. But let's say they move him to the 68 pound division. Is he going to be ranked there? No, man, not even close. So let's go to Ryan Garcia, fighting in the 140 pound division, right? 140 pound division, right here. Okay, so he's ranked right here. Right here. Where is he? Okay, so he's ranked right here in the 100. So he's ranked over here. He's ranked number 5 in the 135 pound division. That is a weight class he shouldn't be. He's ranked right here. He's not ranked in the WBO. He's not ranked in the IBF. Okay, he's ranked number 10 in the IBF. In the WBC, he's not ranked in the WBC. Okay. Yes, he is number 2. I'm sorry. He's ranked number 2 in the WBC. He's ranked number 10 in the IBF, and he's not ranked in WBO. And he's ranked number 1 in the WBA. Okay, so he's ranked number 1 in WBA, number 2 in the WBC, and number 10th in the IBF. Okay, but he's not a 138, 35 pounder. He's a 140 pounder. Okay, and he should be a 147 pounder at least. To be fighting all of these monsters, man. To be fighting these monsters. Take a look at these monsters right here, man. Edgar Spence, Crawford, Jaron Ennis, Bridger Ortiz, Dennis Ugas, man, Keith Thurman, Connor Ben. Man, I'm telling you, he knows that if he goes right, it is going to be hard for him. And he's a pretty fast guy. He's got boxing skills. I'm not saying he doesn't have boxing skills. I'm not saying that. Okay, so let's go over here to what I want to show you. Because what I want to get to is that these fighters, even though we got 2 Puerto Ricans there, they need to fight better opposition. I know that they are still starting, but you need to fight the best. The best. So everybody can know you are one of the best. Right now, Edgar Berlanga is not being mentioned. When they mention Canelo Alvarez, they don't even mention Edgar Berlanga, man. So they're just elbowing Edgar Berlanga out of the way, like he's a nobody. When Edgar Berlanga has fought better opposition than Morel, okay, he's a 168 pounder. Charlo and Demetrius Andre. That is going to be the first time these 2 guys fight in the 168 pound division. If they fight, and then they're mentioning these guys. And Dave Benavides, who I think is the best 168 pounder, even though my friend the Cuban guy told me that the best guy he fought was Anthony Durrell, but Anthony Durrell is is a pretty good fighter, and they Benavides beat him easy. He beat him real easy. So I think they Benavides is the best under 68 pounder. Um, I see that they're just not being fair at Edgar Berlanga, but you know how this is. That's the way they treat Puerto Ricans in boxing today. Puerto Ricans, it's hard for Puerto Ricans to get a close decision. I'm telling you, man, they're just not treating Puerto Ricans well. Sander Sayas is the only guy that they're mentioning, and the only reason they're mentioning Sander Sayas is because Sander Sayas they're using Sander Sayas to attack Edgar Berlanga. That's the only reason. That's the only reason that they're mentioning Sander Sayas. Okay, so let's go right here. Okay, Michael Grant, man. Michael Grant, this guy was a monster. This guy was a giant. This guy was a guy that a 6'7" guy, 86 reach. Okay, a monster. He finished with a 48 wins, 36 victories, and 7 losses. Okay, this guy was a real, promising guy, man. I'm telling you, he was a American monster. He was the man that everybody thought was the great American hope when Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson were just not being the there was their time just ha- was passing by. It was in the last days of Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. So the United States needed a new super heavyweight, and that was the guy. That was the guy. If you take a look at Deontay Wilder, he's 6'7", just like that guy, and he's 83 reach, 3 inches shorter his arms. Okay, if we go to Tyson Fury, 6'9", right? He's 6'9", but 85 reach. So that guy, he even had longer reach than Tyson Fury. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, there you have it. 6'7", 86 reach. A monster, man. A monster. Take a look at this guy. He was skinny. He was tall. He was skinny. But this guy was a monster. Take a look at this, man. Take a look at this. This guy was big. This guy was a guy that everybody thought was going to be the next American, the next American champion. Okay, but he wasn't. The best guy he beat was Golota. Okay, Golora or Golota. Okay, let's go over here to his box rec. Okay, so when he fought Lennox Lewis for the belts, see, he had never won a belt before. He fought Lennox Lewis right here. Lennox Lewis was 35-1. Okay, he beat Andre Golota right here. He knocked out Andre Golota in the 10th. Okay, and he got knocked out by Lennox Lewis in the second round. Man, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Okay, so he was when he fought Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis is one of the best fighters, man. One of the best fighters ever, man. One of the best heavyweight fighters. He beat Frank Bruno. He lost to this guy to this Oliver McCall, who was a nobody, but he came back and knocked him out. He lost he beat Tommy Morrison. He beat Ray Mercer. He lost to Oliver McCall, but he came back and beat him. Oliver McCall has got to be around here. That loss. Okay, so Oliver McCall, you see, he came back and beat him. He knocked him out. He got knocked out by Oliver McCall in the second round, and he came back and beat Oliver McCall. and then he lost to Hasim Rahman, got knocked out in the fifth round, and he came back and beat Rahman in the fourth round. He knocked him out in the fourth round. Okay, so I can't find Michael Grant right here. Okay, so Michael Grant was undefeated when he fought um, Lennox Lewis for the IBF, IBO, and WBC. Okay, I think that but in this era, it was the era of the WBC, WBA, and IBF. I don't know if they had the WBO. No, they didn't. The WBO didn't came to wasn't by this time. So he was the undisputed champion because he beat Evander Holyfield, but then he didn't have it right here. So he was undisputed. He was undisputed. He was undisputed, and then right here he didn't have it. I don't know why. Maybe he dropped the belt. Maybe he had to defend his belt against a much dangerous fighter. He dropped it, and he decided to fight Michael Grant. Who was a, I'm telling you, man, this guy was a big guy, taller than Lennox Lewis. I think Lennox Lewis was 6'5", 84 reach, pretty good reach. He beat him, man, in the second round. Beat him. So that's that. What I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you is this guy was starting. Sometimes you can't see that there are some fighters who come in. They will be destroying everybody. And I'm picking this guy, but well, we have had this same example with other fighters. Okay, we had and I'm telling you something. I loved this guy Felix Verdejo, man. Felix Verdejo was one of my favorite Puerto Rican fighters. When he started, he was just doing great. I think that the problems, his personal life was the thing that destroyed that kid. The accident he had in the bike, those were the things that destroyed that kid because that kid was going to be great. I'm telling you. Juanma Lopez, I wasn't, and Juanma Lopez at least became a champion, but he was not the thing that everybody thought he was. Just like Anthony Joshua, and just like many other fighters. So right now we can see these fighters. We can see these fighters right here that I told you before, and we don't know what's going to happen with them. We're just hoping they're going to be great. We're hoping they're going to be good. But who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. But nobody knows what's going to happen with this guys. I'm pretty sure they're gonna. I'm hoping, at least for my guys. For my guys, Sander Sayas and Edgar Belanga to be great. I would love to see Edgar Belanga fighting Jaime Munguia. I would love to see Gomez fighting Sander Sayas. In the future, I would love to see David Morer fighting Edgar Belanga for a championship. Ryan Garcia fighting Yaron Ennis, fighting Virgil Ortiz, fighting right now Devin Haney. If he's gonna fight Tank Davis, that should be. If he's a smart fighter, he's just gonna stay away from him. He's fast. He's got fast hands. He should be smart, and try to beat. If he's gonna try to beat a guy like Tank Davis, man, you need to stay away from that guy, man. Because if that guy hits you, he's gonna put you to sleep, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna put you to sleep. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you, man. And talk to you about. We have another fight. I don't know if I think that Isaac Pitbull Cruz won today as well. That was another fight that they were gonna give today. Um, And like I told you, I think that the fight that this guy won, how do you call him? Andy Ruiz just he won just because Luis Ortiz was just old, man. Just old. Luis Ortiz is 43, and I'm telling you, not everybody could go and do what George Foreman did. You know, George Foreman was just someone who was not, it was sometimes there are fighters who can do things that no other person can do because George Foreman became champion again at 45. At 45, but not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. Okay, even I think Mayweather right now is 43, 44, something like that. Mayweather stopped fighting I think 41. I think that was the last his last fight against a guy who was not a boxer, um, Conor McGregor, and it is what it is, man. Age when you're old, just like the guy that this guy is gonna fight right now. This guy, Canelo Alvarez, is gonna fight an old guy. When you become 40, that is the worst age. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that the Triple G doesn't have a chance, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for him to beat a younger guy like Canelo Alvarez. Okay, that's all I have, family. I want to thank you all. I had a couple of days that I didn't make videos, but at the same time, I want to tell you that I'm still here. I'm still going to be making videos, and I love you all in the name of Jesus Christ, family. Okay, I will see you in my next video. God bless Israel. God bless the United States of America, and God bless this beautiful island, and God bless you all, my people. You know how this is, family. Later.